guys, welcome back for my YouTube channel Educational Euphoria. As I promised you earlier, I'm going to teach you the positive, negative structures under state of being and action categories under the topic of simple present tense. But if you notice my previous video means simple present tense episode 1, you will definitely identify that I have already taught you the positive structure under state of being and actions. If you haven't seen it yet, please watch the video mentioned as Preface for Simple Present Tense episode 1. I will recall the positive structure with some examples back. Now before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you are notified every time when I post a new video. Now let's dive in this lesson. Remember this point. I taught you and told you that I classified this lesson under state of being and actions only for our convenience. But remember that it's not a major classification in English. Positive structure of simple present tense, part 1, state of being. This is the sentence structure. Subject plus be verb plus adjective or noun. Let's move for some examples. Alice is a teacher. I am hungry. You are late. Teacher is a noun while hungry and late depicts the word class of adjectives. You can see in every sentence there's a be verb in the middle of those sentences. In the first sentence, the be verb is. In the second sentence, the be verb is am. And in the third sentence, the be verb is are. Positive structure, part 2, action. This is the sentence structure. Subject plus verb in base form plus object. Let's move for some examples. He writes a science book. They paint the wall. She works in a bank. Science book, wall, bank, all those words comes under object. In the first and third sentences, you can see that there's a S after the verb. What is this S conjugate for the verb? How to add it? I will teach you about that thing from my next video. If you need more explanation regarding the positive structure of simple present tense, please move for my previous video, Preface for Simple Present Tense episode 1. Now let's move for the negative structure. For our convenience, I'm going to classify the negative structure of simple present tense also for the above two topics as state of being and actions. Simple present tense, negative structure, part 1, state of being. This is the sentence structure. Subject plus be verb plus not plus adjective or noun. Remember that the be verb should be am or is or are because this is simple present. As well, there should be a not verb after the be verb because this is the negative structure of simple present. Now let's move for some examples. John is not a doctor. They are not hungry. You are not happy. We are not tired. I am not thirsty. Here you can see that in every sentence after the be verb there is a new word as not because this is the negative structure of simple present. Okay, this is the state of being part. Now let's move for the actions part because I think that there's no any difficult thing I have to explain here to you. Negative structure part 2 action. This is the sentence structure. Subject plus do or does not plus verb plus object. There's an extra word should be added for these type of sentences as do or does. Then you have to add not word and remember that the verb should come from the base form. Now let's move for some examples. He does not write a letter. She does not sing a song. They do not help people. Alice and John do not work on weekends. We do not study French. In first two sentences, you can see that the subject comes from the singular format. So you have to use the verb does and you have to add the word not with it. In third, fourth and fifth sentences, you can see that the subject comes from the plural format. So you have to use the verb do and you have to add the word not because this is the negative structure of simple present. Remember that you have to use does if the subject comes with the singular format. But if the subject comes from this plural format, you have to use the verb do. Now let's move for the sentences mentioned in that cartoon video. I have already uploaded the cartoon video too in my YouTube channel. You can watch it, but really sorry to say that some sentences are not clear in there. So I have attached a PDF document with all the sentences mentioned in that cartoon video in its description box. Download that PDF and get ready with those sentences. These are the sentences mentioned in that cartoon video. First one, Alice is a teacher. The structure is positive structure and there's a be verb as is, so it should come under state of being part. So I categorized it as positive state of being. Remember once again, I told you that I taught in this method as state of being and actions because of our convenience, but don't please try to understand that it is a shortcut or a short way to identify and understand about the sentence pattern and the tenses part. But don't try to use it as a major classification. That is the thing I need to tell you. I taught this method because for our convenience. Second sentence, she teaches English. So teach means an action. So it should come under positive action part. She works in a school. It is also comes under positive action. She goes to the church every Sunday. Also positive action. Other two sentences also comes under positive action. She usually uses her car for this journey, and Alice often visits the cafe on Sunday evening. You can see that there's an S. There's a S conjugate with the every verb. What is this S conjugate for the verb? How to add it? I will teach you about all those things from my next video. Till then, don't be afraid about that thing. Okay, next sentence is John is not a teacher. Oh, also you can find that there is a be verb in this sentence. What is the be verb? Yeah, the be verb is. So with is, there is another word combined with is. What is that? Yeah, the word is not. So is not contraction form is isn't. It depicts the structure of negative state of being. Next, John is a taxi driver. A taxi driver, it's a noun. So there is it's a noun as well. There's a be verb as is. So is, because of there's a be verb, you have to categorize it under state of being, and it comes under positive structure. Third one, John occasionally gives a lift to Alice. It's an action, comes under positive action part. Next two sentences. John does not like to eat fast food from the cafe. I told you, does not part depicts the actions of negative structure of simple present. So it is a negative action. And the last one, they rarely visit the cafe together on Sunday evening. Also, it comes under positive action because visit is a base form of a verb. So there's an action, so it comes under positive action. That's the end of this episode. If you like for my teaching method, please put a like and comment and share my video with your friends. From my next video, before starting the question formation of simple present tense, I told you that I am going to teach you about what is this S conjugate with the verb. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. This is Educational Euphoria.